All right.
Sure. Okay.
Top of the morning to you, right? That's
Yeah, that's totally ours. You didn't just like take that from somebody else. It's Rentsack original.
Yep, totally original. All right, what are we doing?
I believe at this point it's primarily reorganizing everything.
Man, that's a lot of work.
Oh, it is.
We gotta grind.
I think the first step is making a shat ton of money and
Man,
building all sorts of new cages and stuff.
I gotta grind for that.
Well, let's do that then. I don't know.
Throw this in there.
I still don't know what the slime fossils do.
Neither do I. Oh shit! I'm trying to remember everything that we decided.
I believe down in the water area was all going to be farms. One of them fruit, the rest veggies.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's.
And then the water guys down there.
There was one chicken, and we're just doing straight hen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let's just.
And right now it's making money and probably just depositing the pinks because the pinks are super important.
Yeah. Not that there's much here, apparently.
Well, I mean, sure. There's probably some in the other ones, though.
If there's just gonna be a lot of grind, should we like do a fast forward, or do you want?
I don't know. I think we'll
just
decide
wanna watch
later.
The grind?
People seem to like watching the grinds on other videos that I've been watching now.
It's not about the adventure anymore.
Oh, it's about the adventure, but people also like. I don't know. It seems like people want to be a part of the entire process.
Get a job, people. Jeez. You gotta be so stalkerish.
But I mean, I don't know. I think it's kind of just as much as relaxing to watch it as it is to play. For a lot of people.
I mean, maybe. Alright, no, I did hit that one. Click that one.
Also, a lot of people don't have access to this game, from what I understand, because it's just PC. I think.
I thought you were gonna tell me like people only us and then people in Africa can play it or something.
Only in America and like Venezuela.
Yeah, I was like, why is it so rare to play? Alright, so it's got fruit. These guys can do veggies, right? Yes.
Yes, they can. And they probably kind of need to.
Yeah, that's the plan. I have all that. Actually, we got more of this we don't want.
Man. Yeah, there's more back there, and there's more in your actual garden area.
Yeah, I know that one.
And then in the cave is going to be all...
slime.
Yes.
We done got that one. Do you need any more? Yes, you do.
Yeah, they have nothing.
Take all those.
Although they've got a lot in there that they're just not eating.
Yeah, I guess so. Whatever. Not my problem, I guess. Mungo's rolling over and distracting me.
Yeah, he's kind of trying to become one with the chest of Atari games.
Let me just be one with the chest. It's an interesting endeavor.
Yeah, they haven't had any food fed to them yet.
Yeah, I remember. I just fed them. So, just a lot of exciting grind.
Have any interesting days at work with all of your animals?
Not with the animals.
How about the people?
Well, do you remember yesterday when you came to my work and I was bitching about that one lady that came?
Oh, yes, actually I do.
She came back today.
The one who wanted to know if you were single?
Yeah.
Not even for her?
Yeah. Well, today she was talking to me, and it was really funny. She was
Did she forget she was a psychopath?
No.
Okay.
So I was talking to her again. I asked her, she wanted more fish, even though she just bought like 30 fish.
What kind of tank does she have?
She said she had a small, like, 5-gallon tank or something like that. So she now has 50 fish, but...
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what her plan is. Maybe it's bigger. but she's crazy. So
Yeah.
anyway, she was talking to me. I was helping her out, trying to make sure that everything's okay for her. Get her to buy stuff and tell her to leave.
Yeah.
And so she
because sure, she's buying things, but she's also crazy and possibly a psychopath.
Yeah. So she goes, Quinn, I like you. I mean, not sexually, but I mean, if you're into that, but I like you. And I was like, well, thank you, ma'am.
At what point did you chew your leg off to escape?
And here's the thing, my manager, or not my manager, one of my coworkers knew that she was here, so they passed it on to me.
They specifically had you targeted by her?
Yep, just for the lull. So, yeah.
You see, that's in part the best kind of coworker and also the worst.
So, but that's the kind of people I deal with.
How about you get into that story from the other day then? Because I know the story. Nobody else is gonna know the story from what you're going off on.
Yeah. So yesterday it was. It's going to be kind of wonky of a story.
You should take them both, the ports and the guys, so you can just move them down there.
All right. I'll pull this water out too.
And put it into the waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, the waterfall's not going to fill itself.
No. So anyway, yesterday, God, I don't even know where to start. She came in totally plastered, like totally shit-faced drunk. I don't know how she got to the store. I don't know if she drove. If she did drive,
I hope she didn't drive home.
Yeah, but
just passed out in her car for a while. Fish died, which is why she bought more today, right?
She didn't have any complaints about the fish, so.
But she likes you. Maybe she just wouldn't tell you.
Oh, crap. No!
Are they going to just get away?
No, I accidentally let them out.
Oh.
I don't think they would. Here they are, all at the edge.
Yeah, and they're not jumping out yet.
So, she came in totally drunk at like 11:30 in the morning. The guy that delivers our animals was there.
Right.
So he was just laughing as I'm dealing with this person. She wanted some fish. She didn't know how many fish she wanted. So I asked her what size tank it was. She told me it was a small tank. She showed me with her hands. It was like the size of a 5, maybe if she was miscalculating, a 10-gallon tank. And she
really, it's a 500-gallon, and she was just showing you the shape.
Anyway, she wanted a lot of fish, but I recommended to her, it was feeder fish, goldfish,
right?
And I recommended to her that she takes maybe 5 fish for that size tank. That way, it's easy to clean, and they'll be fine for now, and then eventually need an upgrade when they get too large. Well, she didn't understand me at all, and she said, she just wants a lot of fish. I was like, you probably shouldn't do that in your tank. She goes, well, why not? Your tank's going to get dirty fast and your animals are going to be stressed. And she's basically like, don't be trying that lingo on me. Don't be playing your tricks. I don't need you selling me anything extra. I'm like, what?
I'm trying to sell you less, lady.
What? It was like, how do you not understand? So then she asked about what kind of water to use because all of her other fish died.
Not surprising.
Not surprised. And she thought maybe it was the water. So I asked her what water she uses. She said that she uses
tap water, as I recall.
Yeah, it was tap water. But she has this like little filter thing on the tap water, to filter out your water.
Yeah.
And I said that's probably not the best for your fish because sometimes that can I don't know what type of filter you have. It can sometimes have not good things for fish.
And of course, being in Flint, they don't all filter out lead.
Yeah, that's another thing I didn't think about. But so I told her she should use distilled water for fish. It's the purest water that you can buy. It's reverse osmosis water. And she again didn't understand what distilled water was or why she would need to use it. So she asked if she can use bottled water. And I said yes, if it says distilled, She goes, what about, like, the bottled water I get from the streets? Because, you know, in Flint...
You can get just cases and cases of free water.
Yeah. And
Now, I know what your issue was here, but continue on, because I do have something to say about it.
So I said, if those are probably spring water, that's not really good for fish, but you might be able to use it.
Alright, having gone to pick up several cases now, with other people, they usually, there are some there that are, you know, spring water. They usually aren't.
But
you didn't know. I was just giving that extra thought there.
I just wanted to make sure that, you know, she knew to use distilled. But she couldn't quite understand that.
Yeah.
Again, told me that, you know, I was wrong. So she asked, how can she get distilled water? So at first I said, you know, Kroger's has it for, I think, about 89 cents per gallon. So with a small tank, that's not that bad.
$5, you're done.
Yeah. I didn't think that would be that big of a deal to her. Well, she flipped out at that idea. She's like, you know, is there any other way? So I told her, well, you could get like an RO machine, but that's probably way out of your price range. She goes, well, what's that? So it's this little machine that makes distilled water, essentially. She goes, well, I got that. I was like, oh, really? You do? Why don't you use that? She goes, yeah, that's what I was talking about. It sits on my faucet. I was like, no, ma'am, that's a filter. That's not an RO machine. And I understand, you know, that was probably a little more than she could obviously understand. So that was kind of unnecessary for me to talk about RO machines.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what to say because this was the craziest person I've had to deal with. So I was just spewing actual knowledge and just...
hoping you'd scare her away, right?
Yeah, use big words to scare her off. No, I was just being totally accurate. So anyway, during this whole time though, the dude that dropped off all of our mice and stuff,
yeah,
he was just sitting there cracking up at me. And then afterwards, he was. I mentioned to him, you know, I was like, it's a little early to drink, don't you think? And he goes, oh yeah, last time I was here, you were dealing with some crazy person too. I fucking love this story. I'm like, oh great, so it must be you attracting everyone here.
It's a sign of the crazies.
So yeah, it's a hoot working there. I mean, in that same day, we also had this older lady, like, literally crap herself. Yeah, and I felt bad for her because it wasn't like, you know, all over the floor type of thing. It was just in her pants, and she was clearly elderly.
Right.
And she just asked where the bathroom was. I pointed her to the direction, and she, I guess, figured it out from there. What we are guessing that she did is that she washed them in the sink and then used the blow dryer to dry them. Which, you know what? At that point, I don't even give a shit. I didn't have to clean the bathroom that night, so she can do what she wants.
Well, there's the thing. You didn't give a shit.
But
she did.
That was just one more thing to add to the crazy people. I mean...
I don't know. I think there's a difference between crazy and just old.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're having that kind of problem,
yes,
I would assume you get like a diaper or something. Maybe it was just like a fart gone wrong or something like that, but whatever the problem was, I didn't want to have to deal with it. So, and then we get our shipments of dog food in, right?
Yeah.
So we have this pallet full of like 50 bags of dog food.
They're all the fruit.
Oh yeah, sure. So it's like 50 bags of dog food. And we have to scan in all the order, you know, the whole order. But, you know, when it's a big, like, a bunch of the same types of dog food, there was 20 of the same type of dog food, we might just pull it, you know, leave it on the pallet and pull the pallet out to the floor.
Right.
As a display. And that's not a big deal. That's easy to do. You just count how many bags there are, pull out the pallet. Well, these idiots had all this dog food on the top of it, then the 20 of the same type of dog food, and then 5 of a different dog food at the bottom. So I had to dig through all of that dog food. And it was like, really? I mean, you couldn't have just made my job slightly easier, guys?
No, in fact, they've got to make it. They got to go out of their way to make it harder.
It would have just been a little nice to put those 5 random pieces of dog food, bags of dog food, on top with all the other bags of dog food. But,
You have one more. Oh, I guess you're full. Never mind.
yeah, I don't want to accidentally get something else in between what I have here. So it was just a lot of annoying things yesterday that made me just say, I'm done with people today.
Is that in part just why you were just so exhausted today?
No, I mean, that was yesterday. Today was just sheer
In
exhaustion.
general,
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I was out with my girlfriend last night, so
All right.
it wasn't any, I wasn't out any longer than normal. It was just like maybe I didn't sleep well or something, but I was pretty tired, so. But overall, that was probably the weirdest day I've ever had at work. Which I guess might be a good thing, but I did also have a guy complain today that I didn't give him free fish.
Wait, complained that you didn't give him free fish?
Yep. So, with our feeder tank, you know, we order a couple thousand fish at a time and sell them throughout the week.
Right.
Not unusual. And then when someone comes and orders 20 fish, you might miscount a little bit here and there and give them an extra 3, maybe 4 fish. Just as a little, you know, whatever. The fish that we order aren't in, aren't in inventory, so however many fish we have is just whatever. So we can get away with giving them free fish here and there as like a little, just a little, you
Like
know,
a thanks for buying in bulk kind of thing?
yeah, and like I said, it's just a couple fish. It's not like 10 free fish.
Right.
And I had this guy come in, says that he wants five of one size, 5 of another. That's not a lot of fish. So I got him 5 of one and 6 of the other. And then he says, well, why didn't you give me any extra? I was like, I got you 1 extra. And I was like, well, why didn't you get any more? Like, sir, you didn't have a much here. If my manager sees that I gave you this, I can get in trouble. He goes, oh, your manager's not going to complain. I was like, okay, go ask her for free fish. And he didn't, apparently. I'm not surprised.
No, it's... But that is an interesting one. I thought that was going to be one of those, like, I don't know, my fish died thing, give me free fish.
Nope, it's feeder fish. And like I said, it's kind of normal for us to give them a few extra just in case.
How many
something
people do you have buy from you there for feeder fish for fishing in the summer?
None.
Really?
Because we do only like goldfish and ruby reds. They're not really good fishing fish.
Okay.
And in fact, I personally think that we should also do guppies, feeder guppies.
Well, you are known to breed those like a son of a gun.
Well, the thing is with guppies is that they're a much better feeder fish. Because,
Well, the thing is as I recall, you once had a guppy give birth to like 50 babies.
well, yeah, they can have anywhere from like 5 to 60 babies.
And you always seem to be on the mid to high end of that.
Yeah.
And I know that's a genetic thing, but it's weird that you're always on the mid to high of that.
But anyway, what was the reason I think that every feeder fish store or every store that has feeder fish should do guppies is because goldfish,
Yeah.
that chemical that makes them gold, or that, you know, it's a genetic thing. That chemical that they have in them though can actually be poisonous to other fish if done too much. So if you have piranhas, say, and you want to feed them 20 goldfish, it's very easy to accidentally poison them. Whereas with guppies, they're smaller, that's the only downside, but you're not going to poison your fish then.
Alright, well, now that we finished up story time, I think people will have a good gist of what we're going to be doing for the next little bit, and I will cut that out so we can get back when you're ready to make some purchases.
Alright.